Come on at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to John's Model Making. Today we've got issues 25 and 26 of Eddie Stobart Moving the Nation. Excellent stuff. We carry on with the engine parts. There we have. After 22, 23 and 24. That's looking pretty good. Should be that way up, that's the oil sump. Excellent stuff. We also this month received this is a free gift. Excellent stuff. This is a good make. This is part of the Oxford collection. There we go. There we are. That looks absolutely brilliant. There we go. Looking fantastic. Yep. That looks excellent. That looks gonna go on my shelf. Yep, definitely look brilliant that on my shelf. I do like that. I used to collect these, the 1/76 scale. I think this is the same as. Yep, Oxford haulage. I've got some buses somewhere, and when I had a train track in the previous place where I lived, I did in the loft, and I had a full kit out. It took me 4 years to build it. It had everything in it. It had a brewery with trucks, farm, school, train station, village. I was thinking of a churchyard. Yeah, it had everything, even a duck pond. And these were brilliant, fantastic stuff. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, so issue 25, we have the right side of the engine block, fuel intake valves times 6 and 7 1.2 times 4mm PB screws. So not a great lot to do today. We just fit the valves on top of the engine block and screw them in place. But first of all, we have to take them off this sprue. So let's get the parts out. There we have the parts. These are all the valves, all plastic. That block is metal, and you can see where the valves go, and it's shaped as well, so you can't really get them the wrong way around. And we need these DP06 screws, which is 7 of. We got 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we don't even get a spare. Now let's get these off the sprue. You might need a file. Let's get rid of any rough edges. Like there. There we go, that's that one. There we go, that one's fine as well. Doesn't take much to get them done, and basically they will only go on one way. There's two. You can see a 2 location pips there, and we just screw it from underneath. Going into plastic, so we don't need any oil. There we go, just need to do that 6 times. And this is the last one. There we go. As you can see, 6 screws, 6 valves. Excellent. All facing the right way, so I know I've done that right. I would go up there eventually. But that is that for issue 25. So we need to have a look at the magazine. Okie doke, there we go. That's the right side of the engine block. All the valves in place. See, first article, page 7. On the continent, after occasional one-off jobs abroad, Eddie Stobart Limited gradually built up his European contacts and contracts, and by the end of the 1990s was ready to open a depot in Belgium. And in the main picture, there is no mistaking a Stobart lorry and no mistaking the spectacular alpine backdrop as this truck carries its load across Europe. Lovely, lovely, beautiful picture. That goes on for 3 pages. Yep. On the next piece, or I should say the next page, War and Peace in Kosovo. During the 1980s, relations between the various parts of Yugoslavia began to deteriorate. The state had been set up as a federation of 6 republics after World War II, and various parts of the country had different ethnic origins. Kosovo, an area of Serbia, was particularly complicated because it was made up of Albanians of Kosovo and Kosovo Serbs. Not a good time in history there. On the next page you have a picture of the driver and truck posed with well-armed KFOR forces after delivering supplies. That's Eddie Stobart truck there. And on page 10, the Eddie Stobart fleet, Sarah Elizabeth at Leyland DAF, Stobart Sarah Elizabeth with the 1994 registration M100 ESL was the Leyland DAF truck that could tow a curtainside trailer. And in the main picture, Stobart managed to acquire a series of vehicle registrations with the letters ESL, Eddie Stobart Limited. Holy jubbly. And that goes on for 2 pages. And the next set of parts, details for the engine block, oil pipe, heat control unit, fuel intake manifold and different size screws. That's 26. So let's open issue 26. Okay doke, there we go, there's the parts for issue 26. We have an oil pipe, a heat control unit, fuel intake manifold and 2 sets of screws, 2.3 times 4mm and 1.8 times 4mm PV screws. Excellent, let's get the parts out. And there we have the parts. Now we need the engine block from before. I'll need that there, and basically we need that here. And take the oil pipe and check how it fits. It should fit in there like that. Oh, so we need a DP08 screw. Hold that there. It's held that nicely, that is gonna have to be looked after, that, because I could easily snap that, I think. Okay doke, next we need this piece, and this goes on here like that. There we go. And now we need the DP07 screws. These are slightly bigger. Hold that there like that. Watch out for that pipe. Excellent, there we go. 1, 2. Now we need this piece, and it will go that way up and fit just there like that. So we need another couple of screws. There's 2 screw holes there. That's too far. And one in this corner here. There we go. Lovely tight fit. There we go. One there and one there. Excellent. That's how that looks. Let's put it on the engine. And that will eventually marry up there like that. And we have got some more detail here I think that we need. But it looks like them are the 2 fixing points. Yep. So it will look like that. So make sure you take care of that, whatever you do. But that is looking excellent. There we go. It might be worth noting that some of these could do with different colour paint on them. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look at that. If they are all red, that's fair enough, but if not, I think I'll change it. Excellent stuff. Okay, let's have a look at the magazine. We have page 7, International Division. Trips abroad, first to Romania, then to Kosovo, made Edward realise that he could make substantial savings and increase turnover if he had depots in Europe. In the main picture, European action, Joe Beth prepares to board the shuttle at Sangati on its return from a European trip. The opening of the Channel Tunnel in 1994 made crossings much faster and easier than using the ferry routes. I bet they did. And on the next page, traffic in the tunnel. The idea of a tunnel under the English Channel linking Britain with France was first suggested at the start of the 19th century, with a plan that included an artificial island mid-channel where horses could be changed. Excellent stuff. However, it took nearly 200 years for the tunnel to provide the much needed connection. Brilliant horsepower. That goes on for 3 pages. And the next article, our favourite, the M2 motorway. In conjunction with the A2, the M2 forms part of a fast direct road link between London and the port of Dover. It is 26 miles long and opened in 3 stages from 63 to 1965. And the picture at the bottom, a view northeast from above the A249 Sittingbourne Road with the M2 spanning the junction on a viaduct. The A249 runs northeast to Sheerness on the Isle of Sheppey. And on page 11, a small article on Watling Street. The M2 joins with the A2 at both ends of its length. The A2 follows the line of the much older trackway known as Watling Street, used as far back as the 8th century BC. Watling Street actually reached as far west as Shropshire, and parts of the route, particularly between St Albans and Canterbury, began to be paved by the Romans after their invasion of Britain in 43 BC, when it became one of the main roads in Britannia. Lovely bit of history. And then we have your next set of parts, coolant pipes for the engine. Oops, there we go. Various coolant pipes, engine pipe, exhaust manifold cover and screws. Issue 27. Oh, that's excellent stuff. So that's issue 23 to 26 complete. The lovely free gift of the Eddie Stobart truck. And there's the engine. I've put the 2 pieces together so you can have a look. Be careful with that, like I've already said. That can easily break. But that's looking brilliant, that. Fantastic stuff. Loving it. Not a great lot to do in some of these issues, but it is looking really good. I'm just wondering whether we could colour this differently. I'm going to have a look at some pictures, see if I can find anything that should be different. Either that, or it's been suggested I weather it, which might not be a bad idea actually. Excellent. Anyway, if you did like that, hit that notification bell, subscribe, give us a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next month for issues 27 to 30, which are on the Hachette website, so you can have a look at what parts we'll be receiving, and that makes it so much more interesting. Hopefully there'll be a lot more to do. I believe issue 27 could be a bit fiddly. Looking at it, it might be a little bit fiddly, but we love a challenge. Anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe, see you soon, bye.